Hi everybody, Joanne here from joanne.ie, and I'm back again with another segment of Raise Your Vibration Through Sound. And today we will be looking at the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. And I suppose especially in the alternative fields or fields like in yogic therapies and in any kind of energetic world, it's very often a energy center that's focused on a lot, because it carries all of our emotions, and that's how we express love and receive love. And not just that, a lot of our emotions. And it is very often I suppose, an energy center that can become very closed off for people because of being hurt, whether that is through relationships or friendships or within family, or that it was just maybe not safe for them to keep their heart center open. And it's very often a place that needs extra attention from all of us. And that we could very easily work with as well. So our fourth chakra is about our love and our compassion. It's about, like I said, giving and receiving emotions, but it's also how we link to our humanity and to our fellow human beings, and how we can connect to others through that space. In shamanic traditions, they often talk about seeing with the eyes of the heart, and really meaning that it's like that energetic connection that we feel between people, that it feels like we can see them through our heart space, which is really about feeling them. I love all the research that have been done by the Heart Math Institute in the States, and how they have discovered that our heart, the energetic field around our heart center, is so much bigger than what it is around our brain and our head, so around our thinking. So our feeling center extends way beyond where our thinking center extends to, and it's quite amazing. It's like how that creates our personal space around us, and that extension of that energy. So that is what I'm inviting you to do today, is when we focus with the sound into that energy, is how can you be an extension of yourself beyond your body even, and also maybe using this time for some self-compassion, and self-love. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. It's about how do we take care of ourselves as well, and do we honor ourselves? And I know certainly for me it's been a lifelong journey, the journey of self-love and self-compassion, and so it is for many people. We grow up with a lot of subtle rules and constructionisms in our societies and in families and so on, and very often in the different religions that we grow up in as well, and I often say to my clients, that would have maybe a background in Christian faith, and the passage in the Bible that says love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I often say to them, thank goodness people don't do that, and they're often quite shocked, when I say that. But it's like, people can tear themselves to shreds in their own minds. They very often, they are so giving and loving and compassionate, and they empathize with those around them, but their internal voice and how they are towards themselves and how they treat themselves is quite the opposite. And it comes out in critical self-talk, in putting yourself down. When you talk to yourself, it can be as simple as when you bump something over, that you go into a rant about why did I bump that over right now, and how stupid I am, and blah blah blah, all those words that we do use, where we would not necessarily do that when somebody else bumps something over. We would save our compassion and understanding and loving nature for other people, and it's not always something that we give ourselves. And in order to truly love our neighbours like we love ourselves, can you imagine what type of world we would live in if we all truly have love and compassion towards ourselves and then extend that out towards our neighbors, to our human beings, to animals, to the plant life, to the earth. Wow, be an amazing place to live in. Other things that you can use to support your heart energy center, and apart from, I suppose, turning some of our love inward, is like I've mentioned the seed sounds with each of these so far, and the seed sound for the heart center is yam, and it's spelled YAM, so yam. So even if you use that as a practice, you know, to during your meditation, or like I said in one of the other videos, during when you shower, it could be a great place to practice chanting. But it's also, yeah, it has a lovely effect. You know, it's like the ya sound, the yam. You know, the ah sound is very much a heart opening sound. It's like a yawn, you know, it's like, ah, you know how that it just opens people up. Or what they call a hearty laugh, like ha 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 ha. You know, that ah sound is yam, yeah? So that is, it's a beautiful sound to use and so simple, you know. Other things, of course, as I've mentioned, and some of my favorite crystals to use or to surround myself with is rose quartz. And all of these I have, or have been gifts, and I have it in raw crystal as well. And then also jade. I don't have a lot of jade, but I have this in a wee tumblestone. Other things that I have used in, I suppose, in my lifelong journey of self-compassion is rose oil, or even rose water. I've often used rose water in sound therapy sessions with clients as well, to kind of prepare the space. But rose oil is quite thick, and if you get the absolute rose oil, they can be pricey, but even just the smell is just so beautiful and heartwarming. It's beautiful to use rose oil, and I would often maybe just even dab it, you know, or here on my heart center here, and just the fragrance of that just reminds me, you know, to be kind to myself on a daily basis. So the note or the sound that goes with the heart center, and you know, in the traditions that I've trained, is the sound or the note F. And we were using the singing bowl today, you know, to help us raise our vibration around our heart center. It's a lovely sound. I love the tone of this bowl, and I really hope that you enjoy this and enjoy the time of the sound vibration, and the sounds just help you to nurture and care for you just for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to invite you, before we start, that we just open up the heart center by rubbing our hands together like this, front of our chest. Taking in a deep breath and out. Taking in another deep breath and out. Another deep breath in and out. So wherever you might find yourself, whether you're sitting or lying down, whatever, just close your eyes and we'll start our sound vibration journey together. Setting your intention of self-compassion and kindness. Taking in a deep breath. Another deep breath in. Final deep breath in. Thank you for joining me once again today for Raise Your Vibration Through Sound. We were looking at the heart chakra, and I just remembered something I didn't mention is the color. The color of the heart center is a bright emerald green, and although you would think it would be pink, because it has so much to do with love and all the connotations we have with love, but it's bright green. And I suppose, you know, as I was playing the sound, there was this affirmation that came through that all is well. I'm willing to give love and receive love. All is well. I'm willing to give love and receive love. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.